Greetings. Welcome to a Friday episode of Vaygrim's Chance. I still have a lot of the decorations up that Preacher put up. And trunks. I got left something by Dark Preacher. I got four spawners, but Cena stole two. Caution, contents volatile, handle with care. These are monster spawners. Specifically, these are witch spawners. 4 of them. I'm going to use them for a build in the Tardis, but that is not for today. I gave Cursed Earth to Mr. Dark Preacher in exchange for that. Very, very nice of him, and he was happy to get some Cursed Earth. So yeah, okay. I am atop the quad altar, and I have a thing, an Incense crucible. You guys have actually been telling me you need to use Incense, you need to use Incense, and I have been seeing your comment. The problem is there is nothing about this stuff anywhere. It's not in the official, it's not mentioned. There's a section called Incense Altar in the Blood Magic section for the, and in the Blood Magic post for the MCF forums, the official Minecraft forums, or the, MCF. But it's empty. And also, a lot of the stuff in that post has been changed to reflect the changes from 1.7.10 to 1.8 or now 1.9. So this isn't mentioned in there. It's not mentioned in the wiki. I don't know. I think there's probably a Direwolf 20 video that talks about it, but I haven't had the chance to go dig through and find it yet. So I've been working off of hunches and half assumptions. I'm assuming that these grow in effect because basically they all use this base wood ash, but the wood ash itself is actually said purifying incense used in a crucible. Even has a EMC value. So yeah, I don't know. Fractured bone. Used in alchemy. That's just bones and gunpowder. Okay. Purple dye. Gold nuggets. That's blaze powder. That's easy. I don't know. The only thing that I've seen as a universal is that you make this base wood ash. This is incendium. You make this base wood ash, and then you use it in the other 4. I don't know if these guys are different or just more potent. If they're more different, why isn't it I make this to use in this, and then I make this to use in this to use in this? Why isn't it progressive? It's just this gets used in all 4. So it's like 1 and then tier 2. And I don't know if there's an elemental assignment to these things or not. I know they're different colors. I couldn't tell you what. But I've got some base wood ash. I'm going to put this thing down here. And it just sits there. Okay. I can't right click on it. I guess I will. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to put that in there and see. Ooh. That took a lot more health. What is happening? I don't get what's happening here. The blade is actually changed in functionality. Just a prick of the finger will suffice. And it seems like I don't know if I'm supposed to be. Yeah, suddenly I can hold it down. And charge this thing up. I don't know if I just leave it or what. And letting it go doesn't seem to do anything. Sometimes it wants to go on its own. I have to charge it all the way up and then look at this and let go. And that doesn't. This is confusing. Maybe it won't overfill an altar. Okay. I'm going to charge this up. I'm going to wait till this is good and low. And then, okay, so it basically lets you charge the knife. But it doesn't always do what you need it to. See, I can't. Doesn't always work. Sometimes I got to hold it. How long do I have to hold it? Okay, now it's back to normal because I ran out of incense. That's really bizarre. I'm not sure if I like that. Wait a minute. Soul Fray, 0, 0. Suddenly I'm not contributing as much. It's like a debuff or something. There we go. Now we're getting back to the normal value. But still, that's a little weird. Okay, so I'm curious. This stuff, Virus. I don't think I have any leaves. Do I have any leaves? Did I? No. Okay. Weird. I thought I had some shears that I've used before. I tell you what, I'm going to be silly. Mr. Birch Tree, I am sad. Whoops. But I'm going to... Yes, I'm using a shovel, but it's a silk touch shovel. What I got on hand. Don't have any shears. Go. Just going to make this tree naked real quick. Yeah, by the way, Mr. Hades was in. He was busy working, so I wasn't going to bug him. Let's get some leaves here. I'm curious now to see what the difference is. So the base wood ash lets you charge it up, but it seems kind of buggy. I thought somebody said originally that it let you... I'll come back and get you later. I thought somebody said originally that it let you actually... I should probably do this in the LP system. Somebody told me that it let you get a better return on your investment for blood. So basically each poke with the sacrificial dagger would net you more blood than normal. Kind of like the same way that the... Hurry up. There we go. I'm sick of looking at you, Twitch. The same way that the actual sacrificial rooms of self-sacrifice do. I thought it worked the same way, but apparently that's not a thing. I don't know. Let's see if we can make some Beerus. I'm gonna do birch leaves. This doesn't matter. Yeah, do that. The blood orb doesn't have the same information because it's bound to me, so the metadata or the NBT, whatever is different. So I have to do that. I'm gonna actually... Let's blank this out. Oh. Okay. We take this with us, take this with us, take this with us. I'm gonna leave those there for the time being. Let's go back. Wee, okay. It's Experimentation Friday, apparently. I've got this stuff. I'm just curious what it's gonna do now. Okay, so that's smoking. Let's put that there. I don't... That is not returning as much, but maybe it doesn't do as much health damage to you. I'm not sure. It's like it's a smaller amount than the base knife value. Let me get it. Okay, now it's going back to normal, it looks like. That's weird. I really don't understand what this stuff is supposed to do. I think the only thing this did was actually lessen the value that this gave back. That seems kind of backwards. This stuff made it to where the knife charged up. So what would this do? Livens, Viridis, and Purpura. Okay, I'm going to leave that thing here for the time being. I've actually got a few more of these. Let me see if I'm counting that. I am counting that properly. let's see. This is going to be for the pants. I actually need another master blood orb, which means we need to get some of these and infuse them real quick. And yeah. Oh, that stuff's burning a lot longer. It's still going. Huh. Maybe it's a longer lasting effect. This incense is very confusing. This is one of those perfect situations. It seems like the blood is being absorbed, or maybe it improves the ratio of blood being used on the altar. That could, is that a thing? Maybe that's a thing. Because, I mean, if I'm looking at this, it's getting absorbed way slower than normal for a tier 2 slate. It seems like it, at least. Oh, that's the wrong tier of slate. Crap. I'll put this one back in to bake it longer. And see, even this, it looks like it's starting to speed up. Yeah, it's starting to speed up a little bit, I think. I don't know if the effect is wearing off, but I think I see the incense still burning over here to the right. Okay, that was the proper tier. I'm grabbing. I'm actually going to get this stuff. I'm going to burn another one. I don't know. Maybe it improves the ratio, because it seems like the slates are pulling the blood in slower. Maybe that's a thing. This is all really trial and error. If anybody actually has a source, if it's going to be a Direwolf video, then just tell me, yeah, Direwolf explains it. Then I'll go look at this video over the weekend. But I do find this fascinating to kind of experiment to a certain extent. But some of this stuff, I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure it out. The initial wood ash seems like it gives you a charge up on your dagger. And the dagger does do less per, but if you charge it up all the way. But then there's points where I can't tell what all the way is. I didn't see really a meter anywhere. And yeah, that was kind of, I don't know, weird. But this seems like it's slowing down. That's very slow, going from tier 1 to tier 2 slates. That is very slow. Normally it's a bit faster than that, at least. So, I don't know. This is interesting. Really cool stuff. Yeah, I got to use some of this. I have to experiment with some of this more often. Over the weekend, I might actually make some more of the different brands, quote unquote, the different names of ash, and see if I can actually get a, how many of these do we have now? Let's get those. I'm just going to put those back for the time being. Make the different brands and experiment with them and see what kind of differences there are. But right now, I know that I don't like the base wood ash. That stuff's rough. Let's see if we do this, this, and this. I get 10 more, and then I can do it. And I get 10 more, which means now I can get one of these and put it in there. And see, I'm just gonna, I think that stuff's still full. It's still burning. I'm gonna get this all the way back up to, okay. That is going quick. However, normally it is rocketing through when you're making a blood orb. It's rocketing through the blood numbers really, I think, a lot quicker than this. So I'm thinking the second type of incense, I think it does have something to do with slowing down the rate at which it absorbs it, or maybe it gives a better return on the blood that's being absorbed in. Like instead of, it's like every point that it absorbs, it's getting 2 points of progress, or, you know, something like that. I don't know. But it seems like it's not just, you know, absorbing quite as much, quite as fast. Yeah. Really interesting. So I'm going to make another one of these blood orbs, and then we're going to start talking about what kind of things. There we go. Let's just top that off. You can keep doing whatever you're doing. We have one blood orb now. Let's just right click and claim that. I can actually put that one back for the time being. We're going to need to put one of those in. Right now, we actually have, if we look at this, we have a lava sigil and a water sigil. This gives us water walking and I think breathing underwater. And we are immune to fire. We have the divination sigil, which means we can see our current blood levels, and we can also see our blood network level, and we can see the details on the altar, etc., and other rituals, which will be useful. Plus, we have sigil of the blood lamp, which means we can actually see in the dark. Sigil of the blood lamp, sorry. And so we have night vision on that helmet. Now, I'm looking at legs, and I'm thinking sigil of the green grove. This means basically I will get free accelerated plant growth. I don't want to upgrade that to green goddess, harvest goddess, specifically because harvest goddess means it is harvesting everything automatically. I actually don't want that. All the areas where I would stand around and use this, I would be using it in areas where things will already do the harvesting for me. And that's very, very important. Now, I'm also thinking about sigil of the whirlwind, because that would actually give us projectile defense. Now, we were talking about making this anti-nether armor. I think that whirlwind would be very, very useful. Green grove, I don't know. I'm not real sure. Sigil of the assassin. I actually had, hang on a second. Let me get this back up. Okay, so I'm looking at the list, and this is where, unfortunately, updates to blood magic have fallen behind the wiki. I don't know what sigil of the assassin does. It's unnamed. A sigil with a lovely affinity for fluids. I think that must be a bug. Sigil of sight has no effect when you put it in bound armor, apparently. Sigil of the assassin isn't even listed here, so I don't know what that would do. Sigil of compression. I don't think that's going to do anything either, because basically what that does is compresses. Like, it will compress and it will make cobblestone into compressed cobblestone, into double compressed, triple compressed. It automatically does it as you're mining. That's what that sigil does. If you get iron ingots, it will make them into iron blocks. Or if you get diamonds, it will make them into diamond blocks. Basically, if anything can be compounded into a bigger form of itself, then a more compressed, quote unquote, form of itself, it does that automatically. And I don't see the point of having that on armor. Sigil of suppression. I think this turns off stuff. No, that's a glyph thing that you actually have to make. Sigil of, I can't do those. This is very, very confusing. Now, I could do sigil of magnetism, which means that it would be basically an item magnet built into the armor, but I'm pretty much always going to have other item magnets I could use. We have sigil of the phantom bridge, but that is going to be, if I understand it right, always on, unless I turn off the armor's ability with, let's look at this real quick. There is a dealer, here it is, armor inhibitor. I have to make an armor inhibitor, and I would have to make one to turn off a sigil of the phantom bridge. I like the sigil of the phantom bridge. I don't think I want it on all the time. So we're starting to run low. Holding can't be bound, and you have to put other things in that anyway, so that's kind of moot. I could do haste, and that would grant me run speed boost. That's a thing. I could do sigil of the fast miner, which means I could actually mine through very, very quickly, but I dread to think what a boosted atomic disassembler would do. That almost makes me feel lightheaded. I don't need fall damage prevention because of my flight ring. I don't think the void sigil prevents void damage. I'm not sure to see the benefit in that. So, okay, right now, I'm not sure. The best two things I can come up with are Green Grove and Whirlwind. So I'm actually going to make those and put those on the legs. Now, what we can go ahead and do, I'm just going to right-click this, then we'll get a couple of the sigils we need to make. I'm actually going to, let's keep those out. I'm probably going to need that for the time being. Oh, look, I already made a sigil of the Green Grove. How handy. Sigil of the Whirlwind is going to be another issue. I actually need one of the bigger I think it's the demonic infused, right? That is correct. I need feathers and gas tears. Okay, let's look at this again. I need 4 feathers, 2 gas tears, and an air sigil. Okay, 6 feathers and a gas tier. So I need 10 feathers. Gas tier, 1, 2, 3. I think. Whoop, I put all the other ones away that I needed. Silly me. Get one of those. I am getting some lag. I don't know why. I'm getting some frame rate loss. So bear with me. We have to make an air sigil. That was kind of pointless. I knew that was going to happen. Let's get a gas tier and chicken feathers. We take that, we put it here, over that, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We now have Sigil of the Whirlwind. Yeah, so now we can right-click that there. We can right-click that there. We right-click this, and we've got new pants. Which means now, if you look at this, Sigil of the Whirlwind, Sigil of the Green Grove, Master Blood Orb to make sure it's free, and Weak Blood Shard. So now, if we swap out armor, notice that night vision kicking in really quickly. Let's go over here to this garden area. Whee! I'm going to go downstairs all the way. There we go. And I think it's hard to tell what's going on here. Maybe it doesn't affect these. Actually, this is a bad example because sugarcane doesn't respond to bone meal. Okay. At some point, I will find something. You need to get out of there. Yes. Get away from the farm. Bad cow. No donut. I will get you guys wrangled up later. Oh, here we go. Water artichoke. I don't know if it's going to work on witchery stuff, but I mean, it should be. That our armor is going. Who needs a green thumb when you have a green slate? Exactly. We actually have Whirlwind as protection, Night Vision, Fire Resistance, which is very cool. Whirlwind 2 means we don't have to worry about turning things on. I'm a little confused, though. The water sigil. Yeah, it should mean that we can breathe underwater. So there's some things that are apparently, they're not turned on, or maybe I have to activate them? It looks like we should. Come on. There we go. It looks like we should go back upstairs. I do know that there are some what's the word I'm thinking of? Effects that you can toggle using the control mechanism for that armor thing that I was talking about earlier. Let's go. Actually, no. Let's just shift right click. I'm gonna turn on my night vision on this set of armor. Okay, let's go back to that. I'm gonna go to blood magic. We're looking at an armor inhibitor. Oh, that's just gold. Oh, heck, that's easy. Wait a minute. I don't need this for right now. I need one of those. I'm going to put those back. I'm going to put that back. That back. Let's actually go ahead and swap this out real quick. Go over to the central tower. and see what we can figure out. I am still kind of puzzling in my head that incense stuff and how it works. I'm wondering how the other incense, what kind of effects they'll give, you know, things like that. I think that could be really cool. Okay, where's the armor inhibitor? I'm going to put that there. I'm going to ask for the rest of it. So now we have this. Used to suppress assault armor's natural abilities. Which I think means that we should lose our night vision, I think. Inhibit, yeah, okay. I'm not sure that sigil of the green grove is working, to be honest. I think it's actually a dud. It might be bugged putting that in armor. It says accelerates plant growth, but I don't think, maybe it doesn't work on harvestcraft plants and witchery plants. But if that's the case, then that's a long list of things that it's actually not going to be working on. I'm actually going to go ahead and just make EMC out of that. Somewhere I have a collection of witchery stuff. Can't remember where it is. I'm going to take this and put this in the main system for the time being. Okay, so I still need to make some boots, but that does mean I need to make some more slates of various kinds so I can make some more. I'm just going to let you go into the main system. I do need to make some more slates of specific kinds so I can double and make some more weak blood shards, specifically because I need 4 weak blood shards per empty socket, and I need 4 empty sockets for the boots. So I think I have enough to make those. I'm going to do that between now and next episode. Now, here's what I want to do next episode. This is probably going to be the last Blood Magic episode for a little while because I've been on a Blood Magic binge, but I do want to get this project finished. I made a project on the test server that makes use of, actually, let me go show you. That makes use of a room that we have in the Tardis that is specifically for blood magic. Dun-dun-dun. If we go over here, I feel super slow in this armor. I fly faster. So we go over here, right? I have a blood altar right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically make a wall, a box of dark glass all the way around here. All the way across. I'm going to put a layer. That's interesting. World Gen, Retro Gen actually worked in here. That is interesting. Okay, that's humorous. I'm going to have to report that as a bug. The COFH core will want to know about that. Anyway, we're going to do a dark box, basically. It's going to be a lid across the top. It's going to be dark glass. Walls are going to be dark glass. And the bottom is going to be covered with cursed earth. Now, here's the thing. The void dimension that the Tardis is made out of is basically, it stops monster spawns. And it stops monster spawns in a kind of a low-level way, which means that cursed earth itself doesn't work. Now, I could get a spawn egg, that will work. Or I could get a spawner, those will work. But spawners only work as long as players are near them, unless you put them on cursed earth. If you put monster spawners on cursed earth, just vanilla spawners on cursed earth, then they will keep working, even without a player nearby, which means this area would get chunk loaded. I would have a tier up to a tier 6 altar right here, chunk loaded, and these are all the different tiers automatically laid out. This is just the altar for tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6 right here. So we would do a full tier 6 altar. Now, we couldn't do tier 6 until we could do up to tier 5, because I actually could do nether stars now that I've actually gotten one at least, and I've got it in EMC. I could make nether stars, make the beacons at the corners, and we could do up to a tier 5. I can't do a tier 6 until we do the demon invasion. I have to research and see how that's going to go, what the ritual requires. I want to make sure all the other guys on the server can join in if they need to, because you have to kill demons to get these crystal drops, I believe. And the crystal drops let you make these crystal cluster blocks that go right here to make the tier 6 altar. So we're going to have to carefully plan that. It's also the fact that the demon invasion takes over a part of whatever world you do it in. So we're probably going to make a dimension and intentionally do it in that dimension so that we don't have to worry about it getting out of control in the overworld. But we'll see. For now, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I think I've probably gone long enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the boots finished, and I don't know what sigils I'm going to put on it. Like right now, assassination, I don't know what sigil of assassination does. And there's a couple of other ones that are equally as undescribed. We have one that is literally called, okay, sigil of suppression. This isn't listed anywhere. I don't know what it does. I can't remember. I think it suppresses people using blood magic on you or something. I'm not sure. It says better than telekinesis. I can't remember what that does. Ender Severance. Put those Endermen in a dire situation. If I remember right, when you turn this on, this stops all Endermen around you from being able to teleport. That seems very niche specific, and I don't have to worry about Endermen in the Nether. I can't use that one. I think that is a combined one of some kind, but I'm not sure. This one doesn't do anything. I don't want this on because I would have to use the armor inhibitor, which means I'm going to lose when I turn off the Phantom Bridge. I would also lose all of my abilities for my armor, which would be really bad. So I would rather have this sigil separately to use it and not as a part of the armor. We already have Whirlwind. Green Grove seems like a dud, but it's in there. I already have that. I could do that for a speed boost, or I could do Vast Miner in the boots or both of those. Those maybe, I think those are really getting to where they're the only ones left. I can't use this. Elemental Affinity can't be used in armor. Void damage, I think that's falling down below bedrock. I don't even see the point. That's not a problem I have. So I think it's coming down to basically Vast Miner and Haste, and putting those in the boots. And if that's the case, then that means that's going to be where we're going to stop with that armor, because there's no point to put more sigils in it, as there are none we want to put in it. But we have this room. I'm going to turn this into a giant well of suffering. When I put witch spawners on the cursed earth, the witch spawners will be powered by the cursed earth, and they'll keep running. 4 witch spawners means we're going to have easily 20 to 30 witches in that one little dark box. What that means is that will be our primary source of life points. That is where everything is going to be going into our LP network. And that means we can basically start using a lot more of the advanced and really cool and interesting rituals that blood magic has that we can't use right now because they have a steady drain of life points, and we can't feed that yet. But that means we'll be able to. So I would like to do that on Monday. And then I'm going to wrap around to something else. I think maybe back to mechanism and starting to get into the high end for that stuff. We will have to see. Why are you? Okay. Weird. Anyway, I will catch you folks later. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. There's more stuff coming to the channel over the weekend. I'm going to start uploading episodes of Jazz Punk. It's a 5-episode series. Anything that has been run on the second channel that I am pulling over to the first channel from this point forward, all the older things that have been finished, they're going to have the tag rerun after them. So keep your eyes open for that. I've got a tutorial or 3 that I want to put up over the weekend also. So keep your eyes open for those. I'll catch you folks later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.